because there's a camera on it, that's the bit that you're not allowed to do, okay? So under the Civil Aviation Act, you aren't allowed to fly that within 150 metres of congested area. You're in London, it's a congested area. Therefore, you are not allowed to fly it with the camera on.
That's your side of things. Would you like me to prove?
That is what I'm telling you.
Would you like me to prove otherwise?
If you carry on flying it, it will be seized, okay?
I would like to prove otherwise, because what you've said is incorrect. So, unfortunately, just to continue the experiment, it will go up, just to prove my point.
DJ,
no hard feelings. No hard feelings,
listen,
all right?
what she's just said to you, you can do your experiment, but she's just told you. Okay?
Yeah, what she said is wrong. It's wrong.
To police, if you choose to not listen to what police officers told you, okay?
Yeah.
And then if someone asks...
She's driving off, she's driving off, she's driving off. We'll see you in a minute. Right, the drone.
Footage courtesy of DJ Audits and link in description. And this is Audit Alert, exposing the truth about UK Police Accountability London, a congested city ruled by strict laws and even stricter enforcers. At Catford Police Base, one man dares to test those limits. His tool? A 249-gram drone? Perfectly legal to fly over public spaces. But when officers arrive, their words are not law. Yet they try to enforce them as if they are. This isn't just about a drone. It's about intimidation, misinformation, and the abuse of power. Stay with us because what happens next will shock you.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're at Catford Police Base in London. It's just down there. So we're not going to get too far on this one, and we're just going to take the drone up from far away and see how it goes. See what people say to us when we're just flying the drone away from the police station, minding our own business. Will they like it? Let's find out. So there's a few overhead cables up there. So we've come to the end of this path here. Still quite a distance away from the gate. No, more near this entrance of this B&M store, if anything. So nothing to do with the police. I'm going to take the...
A quiet start. Catford Police Base. Not an obvious target, just another building on the map. The drone is lifted from public land, far from any gate, closer to a retail store than the police station itself. But even at this distance, the tension is set. Because in Britain today, simply filming near authority can be treated as a crime. And once the eye in the sky rises, someone will always take notice.
You're close to a police building, so...
Did you identify yourself?
Well, I'm in full uniform. I've got my shoulder number on. I can see. That's fine. I'm filming you as well. Just be nice if you could answer some questions, because there is legislation under the Civil Aviation Act regarding whereabouts you fly the drones. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, we've done our checks.
Okay. Is there any particular reason you've chosen this location?
Just thought it was a good place to do it.
Just randomly chosen?
The approach comes quickly. A uniform, a badge number, but not an officer. Police staff. Already laying down the rules. Already invoking legislation they admit they don't fully understand. The tactic is simple. Sound confident, speak of laws, and hope the public complies. But what happens when the public knows the law better than those enforcing it?
Self-appointed auditor.
What's that?
So there's people who like to come to police stations to film things and put them on YouTube, but in terms of drones, as my colleague said, that goes against the legislation.
Which legislation is that?
You've got to remember as well, it can look like a terrorist thing, recording buildings such as this. So if you could tell us what it is you're doing, that would be really helpful.
We don't want to talk over each other, so I'll just let my colleague continue for now.
He's not saying.
So if you repeat what you said, I didn't.
We'd have to check
Take
the
two.
specifics of the legislation, which you guys may or may not have checked. But I know.
And here the cracks appear. Pressed for detail, the staff member folds, "I don't know the specifics." Imagine that. Approaching a citizen, insisting they're breaking the law, then admitting you don't actually know the law. It's not just arrogance. It's dangerous. Because in the wrong hands, ignorance becomes intimidation.
Does it say it anywhere at all? Because at the minute you're impersonating a police officer.
Well, I've got police stuff.
Yeah,
there.
could you show me where it says PCSO?
Oh, it doesn't.
I'm not comfortable with that.
All right, that's fine.
So
Could
you
you
just?
speak to my colleague?
We've started, so we're going to have to finish. Have you got your designation
I
card?
don't have to do anything with you.
Have you got your
I
designation
don't
card?
have to do anything with you. You are police officers. I don't have to.
Excuse me, that is very rude. Have you got your designation card, please? Wow. That is very unusual to have behaviour like that.
And then comes a sharper edge. The auditor asks, "Where is your designation card? Where does it say PCSO?" The uniform simply reads police staff. In UK law, impersonating a constable is a criminal offence under Section 90 of the Police Act 1996. Without clear identification, the line between authority and deception begins to blur. The balance of power shifts and tension spikes.
Activity of flying a drone, once I question him being what he is, claiming to be, he walks off.
He's gone to speak to the sergeant.
I do hope he comes back, because I will need to see it.
I believe he is coming back.
Yeah, obviously you're plainclothed as well. We've not asked you for ID, but you've not really questioned what we're doing. So,
My ID's here.
well, you've not asked me. I mean, are you okay with what we're doing?
I mean, if your drone is filming for TDP,
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Of course you can.
Okay? No, you can't.
I'll let my
It's a
colleague
police
talk.
Station,
Yeah.
You can record me, that's fine.
Yeah, I will
you
record
can't do
you.
that because, for example, I'll give you an example. If you was to cross that line right now, that's not public property. Okay? And there's a risk for us. There's no problem you recording me here right now.
Yeah, identify
you haven't,
yourself.
no, but listen, because I've listened to you. There's no problem us
No, you
having a
haven't listened to
conversation. Okay? But when that's the police station. Okay?
This is where the real fight starts. They're saying the air above them is off limits. But the auditor knows the truth, and the law is on his side. Drones under 250 grams, like the DJI Mini 2, can legally fly over people and buildings, as long as they stay in sight and out of restricted zones. So this isn't trespass. It's not dangerous. It's a completely lawful flight, challenged only by false claims and shaky authority.
When you fly a drone,
Yeah, go on, sir.
it all depends on where you're standing.
Yeah.
So if you're standing on public property, you can fly over private property as long as there's not a flight restriction in place. I've got the app.
Yeah.
I've checked that there's no flight restriction. There is a flight restriction over prisons and over airports, but there's not over this building here. So we're sort of doing a video to promote the rights of drone users.
I get that.
We can fly anywhere that we like, regardless of whether it's a police station or a court building. Some places that you're not normally allowed to go into with a camera, and I know going past your boundary would be a big
But do you
no-no.
understand why a police officer would question that?
We do, but hopefully we can all end this with a bit of education, knowing that I can take my drone over there and I can.
The education continues. Airports, restricted. Prisons, restricted. Catford Police Base, not restricted. The staff don't like it, but the facts are undeniable. And here's the truth. Authority hates to be challenged, especially when the law proves them wrong. That's when frustration turns to threats.
You've decided to put your vehicles at the back where no one can see for a reason. You don't want the members of the public to see that, right? But unfortunately, the drone rules are the rules.
Yeah.
Maybe if the
No,
drone...
but I'm not denying that to you, but I'm saying to you, that's why a police.
I just want us to end on a good note, that's all.
No, that's not a good note or a bad note. But if you're going to fly a drone at a police station, you will be questioned about it. It is my duty to question why you're doing this,
Yeah.
as a normal person would do.
But the thing is, at the end of the
Who do you audit
conversation...
for?
At the
Sure, police have a duty to ask questions. Public safety is important, but asking questions isn't the same as treating someone like a criminal. And right here, that line gets crossed. What started as simple curiosity quickly turns into threats. You can't do this. You'll be arrested. We'll seize your drone. None of it backed by law, all of it meant to scare and control.
Correct. So unfortunately, just to continue the experiment, it will go up just to prove my point.
DJ,
No hard feelings.
fine.
No
DJ,
hard feelings.
listen,
All right.
What she's just said to you, you can do your experiment, but she's just told you. Okay?
Yeah, what she
If
said
you
is wrong.
choose to not
Is
listen
wrong.
To it, to police, if you choose to not listen to what police officers told you, okay,
Yeah.
and then if someone else,
She's driving off. She's driving off. She's driving off. We'll see you in a minute. Right, the drone's got to go up, guys, because what she's just said is wrong, and we know it's wrong because it's a 249 gram drone which doesn't have the same rules as one that's heavier. So it's got to go back up.
Alright, this is what you do, right?
So we don't like people bullying us around and telling us we can't do something when we know we can do it. We've already got our footage of the place, but she's telling me I cannot fly the drone in this area, and I know I can. So guess what?
And here is the breaking point. An officer declares fly again and it will be seized, but she is wrong. The 150-meter rule applies only to larger drones. For sub-250-degree craft, no such restriction exists. This isn't a loophole, it's the law. What we're watching is not policing. It's intimidation dressed as authority. The threat of seizure backed by nothing but ignorance. Would you have stood your ground?
So as you saw there, the drone went back up, and so far nobody has come to talk to us. So you can't bully people into, you can't do this because if you do we'll seize the drone or you'll be arrested, or, you know, the legislation is there for 249 gram drones to be able to fly over anywhere they want, any building, any people, with no minimum distances. That's why it's such a popular drone, the DJI Mini 2. So when you've got people like her trying to put our category of drone into much heavier weight drone rules, then you must be given the chance to put her right and to show her the web page.
The law on this is actually really simple. If your drone weighs less than 250 grams, you're allowed to fly it, even over buildings, businesses, or police property. There's no 150-meter limit. No hidden restriction. You just have to keep it in sight and operate it safely. That's exactly what he was doing. And in the end, one small drone ended up proving the police wrong, showing them the rules they should have known in the first place.
Shown on the screen just there, it says small drones and model aircraft below 250 grams. You can fly small drones and model aircraft that are lighter than 250 grams, or C0 or C1 class, in residential, recreational, commercial and industrial areas. Remember, you must fly safely, so line of sight. Example of residential, recreation, commercial and industrial areas are, well, residential areas include cities and towns, villages, housing estates, schools. Recreational areas include tourist attractions, sports facilities, beaches, parks, theme parks. Commercial areas include shopping centres, warehouses, business parks. Now, this is more like a business park area where we are, because you've got B&M over there, and so I would class this as a commercial area, or it could even be an industrial area to include a factory type of building.
With the facts laid bare, the narrative collapses. What began with threats ends in silence. Officers retreat, the drone still in the sky, the law still on the auditor's side. It's a story we've seen too many times. Ignorance weaponized against the public, until knowledge strips it bare. This wasn't about safety. It was about control.
I think we're going to leave that one there from the tactical support group. You know, we saw all the vehicles at the back there with all the dog sections in the back, the dog vans. We saw all the riot vans and all the carriers for mass amount of constables to attend large events. So this is where they do that sort of thing from. And you'd have the firearms based here. We even saw the HGV vehicle that they send onto the motorway so they can see inside other HGV windows. So all the sort of specialist vehicles and the specialist teams all have their vehicles based here, and they've even got their own fuel pump. So quite a very important base for to support the whole of the Met. So yeah, we're going to leave.
And in the end, the drone did what it was always meant to do: capture footage. Riot vans, dog units, tactical support trucks, all filmed lawfully, all from the sky. No arrests, no seizures, just an experiment in public rights, and a reminder of how quickly authority can overreach when it thinks no one will challenge it. If you believe in accountability, share this video. Subscribe to Audit Alert. Your support makes a real difference. And remember, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Not for the public, and not for the police. Join the movement, and never let unlawful authority go unchallenged.